Welcome back to our channel, and thank you for tuning in and thank you for supporting us. But if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so. And together, we shall make our Biafran dream a reality. Nigeria is now in big trouble as Commonwealth of Nations plans to suspend its membership. British best-selling author, journalist, and political commentator Frederick Forsyth has advocated Nigerian suspension from the Commonwealth of Nations over the continued illegal detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a freedom fighter. The octogenarian, in an article published on express.co.uk, expressed angst over the docility of the United Kingdom government concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's plight, a British citizen. He urged that if the UK government could be so passive about the ordeals of its citizens being humiliated and tortured abroad, anybody holding British passport could suffer a similar fate like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The 84 years old further argued that there are several ways the British government could have exerted pressure on the evil Nigerian government to comply with court judgments ordering Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's unconditional release, but they refused to do so. After all, the Commonwealth once ended the membership of South Africa, Pakistan, Fiji for a lot less than in presently going on in Nigeria, of which the plight of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a tiny particle. My brothers and my sisters, you can see the hands of British government in the illegal detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But 2 years ago, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was snatched, kidnapped in Kenya, Nairobi, by the pretty horrifying Nigerian secret police, hustled to the airport with the seeming connivance of the Kenyans, and flown to Nigeria. Since then, he has been in an underground cell in the capital, Abuja. Kanu has remained in solitary confinement at the Abuja headquarters of the criminal DSS since June 2021, after his abduction in Kenya and extraordinary rendition to Nigeria. Despite several court orders and the United Nations opinion that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released unconditionally and returned to either Kenya, where he was kidnapped, or London, where he resides. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu traveled with his British passport to Kenya before his kidnap and rendition to Nigeria. The Court of Appeal sitting in Abuja has ruled that his rendition violated all known international protocol. Yet, the Fulani Caliphate, using their powers and their military and their security agencies, disregarded court orders, refused to follow rule of law, and they still kept Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in solitary confinement cell. 10 years ago, the southeastern part of Nigeria was the country's safest region. But that changed when fake Buhari came into power in 2015. At the center of this crisis is an evasive group that comes to be known as unknown gunmen. They have been blamed for deadly attacks on police stations, military checkpoints, and civilians. And this group were formed from criminals organized by Hopeless Uzodinjo and his boys and fake Buhari, using Asari Dokubo and his militants. And they are being trained and they work together with the criminal DSS to unleash mayhem in Biafra land, especially Igbo land, in order to demonize IPOB. But all their plans have failed because they have been exposed. Nigeria went to war in 1967 after the Republic of Biafra declared independence under the leadership of our great leader, Çukwuemeka Ojukwu, then military governor of the Eastern region. The war ended 3 years after over 5 million lives were lost, many of them to starvation. But calls for secession of Biafra have not ceased. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a British Nigerian national, who gained prominence as director of London-based broadcaster Radio Biafra, joined forces, established IPOB. Their goal was to restore the sovereignty of Biafra with renewed vigor. And the Fulani Janjaweed and the enemies of Biafra, especially those in the southwestern region, connived to unleash mayhem on Biafrans. Even the Ezigbo in Lagos, who only made a comment that if the destruction of Igbo markets in Lagos continues, they will have no other option than to invite IPOB and Eastern Security Network to help them out. He was arrested and incarcerated and sent into solitary confinement cell. But MC Oluomo that threatened the Igbo race during the election, nothing happened to him. He's walking freely in Nigeria. What a double standard. But this must come to an end. Thank you, my brothers and my sisters, for watching this video. Bye-bye for now.